Can I register my child's birth if I did not have valid documents at the time? The short answer? Yes. Every child has the constitutional right to a name and nationality from birth, including birth registration. The whole question: I am a foreigner and gave birth in South Africa a few months ago. My passport wasn't valid then, but it is now. Can I still apply for my child's birth certificate? The long answer: every child has the constitutional right to a name and nationality from birth. The Center for Child Law says this includes the right to birth registration and to an identity. Section 28 of the Constitution protects that right. Even if you did not have a valid passport, you would be entitled to register your child's birth.
Since the findings of the court in the Naki and Others versus the Director General of Home Affairs and Others case in 2018.
The court found in that case that the requirement for parents to show valid documentation in order to register the births of their children was unconstitutional, and said the law should be read to mean that valid documentation should be shown where possible. A South African citizen would be issued with a computerized, printed birth certificate with an ID number. A non-South African citizen born in South Africa is issued with a handwritten birth certificate without an ID number free of charge. The handwritten certificate is also an official and legal birth certificate. But as all births are required to be registered within 30 days of the birth, in terms of the Births and Deaths Registration Act of 1992, your child's registration will be as a late registration of birth. For late registration of birth, LRB, Home Affairs DHA needs more documentation than for ordinary registration of birth before 30 days. These are the documents you need for registration of a child after 30 days, but before 1 year. The child can apply for South African citizenship by naturalization in terms of Section 4 for 3 when they are 18 years old, even if neither of their parents were citizens or permanent residents on the day of their birth. If the birth was registered, and if the child has lived in South Africa until turning 18, the Center for Child Law explains that this form of citizenship by birth is not automatic. An application must be made before the citizenship comes into existence. But it is not subject to the minister's discretion. If the requirements are met, the minister must grant citizenship. To apply for citizenship by naturalization, the child must submit an affidavit with proof of complying with all the requirements and submit it to a local office of the DHA and pay R300.